Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, let us begin with our auspicious invocation prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So dear devotees, I welcome all of you for this overview of Sri Bhagavad Gītā. And we are doing this because my dear God sister Anuradha Leela Mataji asked me to do so. She has a very nice group in Savannah, Georgia, and Ina is very much part of that group. So Hare Krishna, and very happy to have all of you here. Let's continue our study of Sri Bhagavad Gītā, and we will continue from verse number 20th of the second chapter. That's where we had stopped. So together, let us recite verse number 20 of the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gītā. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So in this verse, Krishna is distinguishing between the material body and the spirit soul. Krishna is saying very clearly that na jayate mriyate va kadachin. The soul na jayate, never takes birth. Was there a time when Krishna created the soul? Does Krishna create new souls? No, the soul was never created. Just like God, Krishna is never created, we are also never created. We were never created. Na jayate. Krishna is saying very clearly. Na jayate. The soul does not take birth. It was never born. Which means the soul is eternal. Eternal means it was never created and it will never be killed. It never took birth and it will never be destroyed. The soul. The soul is eternal as much as Krishna is eternal. Because in Bhagavad Gītā later on Krishna will say, Mamai Amsha Jiva Sanatana. Mamai Amsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. that the soul is eternally my part and parcel. Krishna himself says. So Krishna is Sat Chit Ananda. He is Anadir, Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is Anadir. He is without any beginning, as mentioned by Lord Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita. So Krishna is Anadi. He is without any origin. He never took birth. And he is Sat Chit Ananda. He is eternal. Sat means eternal. Chit means he is fully cognizant. And Ananda means Krishna is the personification of bliss. There is no lamentation, no hankering, no pain, sorrow, suffering in Krishna. And we, the jivas, Krishna is saying, Mama Amsha Jiva. The jiva, the soul, is my Amsha. They are my part. So, as much as Krishna is eternal, we are also eternal. We were never created in time. There was never a date when Krishna created us. No. Time is an energy of Krishna, and time is eternal. So is Krishna, so are the souls. Krishna's energies are eternal, and Krishna is eternal. The energy of Krishna and Krishna, God, cannot be separated. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman, Dui Vastu Bheda Nahi Shastrera Praman. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us that Srimati Radharani is the personification of all the energy of Krishna. Radha Purna Shakti, the power of Krishna, is Radha. Radha Purna Shakti and Krishna Purna Shaktiman. And Krishna is the possessor of all these energies. As the supremely potent Godhead, Krishna possesses all these different Shaktis. And all the Shaktis together belong to Radharani. And the energy and the energetic, the Shakti and the Shaktiman, there is no difference. Dui vastu bheda nahi. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us. Which means Krishna is eternal, Krishna's energies are eternal. And one of the energies of Krishna is we, Jiva. Because we are Tatastha Shakti. We are the marginal potency. We are the potency of the potent, omnipotent Lord, Krishna. We are Tatastha Shakti. And all the Shaktis, they come from Srimati Radharani. There is the Antaranga Shakti, which manifests the spiritual world, consisting of Samvit, Sandhini, Ladini. Specifically, Radharani is Ladini Shakti, which because it gives pleasure to Krishna. We are the Tatastha Shakti, and we are supposed to serve and take shelter of the Antaranga Shakti, the internal potency of Krishna. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in Jaiva Dharma that the marginal potency is an offshoot of the internal potency. And then the external potency also belongs to Krishna, and the external potency also is permanent. It is eternal, always there. And external potency, the soul takes shelter of the external potency, like all of us have taken, when we want to enjoy separately from Krishna, when we want to be independent enjoyers. Then the jiva takes shelter of the external energy. And this is not the natural position of the soul. Our natural position is to serve Krishna. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna repeatedly says we should serve him. Anityam sukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvama. We have to serve Krishna. Krishna says, Man mana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru. You serve me. Mat karma krin mat paramo. You do work that I tell you to do. Yat karoshi yad ashnashi yad juhosi dadasiyat yat tapasyasi konte tat kurusha mad arpanam. We offer everything to me. Krishna is telling us this because by doing this, we will be benefited. Not that Krishna needs our service. God doesn't need us. We need God. That is the lesson. Here Krishna is saying, Na jayate. We were never born. Na mriyate. Nor will we ever die. Jayate means to take birth. Mriyate means to die. The soul never takes birth. The soul will never die. Even psychologically speaking, what a relief it is to understand that we are unborn and we will never die. We are immortal. Because the greatest fear we have in life is the fear of losing things that are dear. We have the fear of dying and we have fear of suffering. Everybody agrees? The greatest fear we have is the fear that we will suffer pain in this world. We will lose things that make us happy, and one day we will die. Why this leads to fear? Why these three things cause fear? Concern that we will suffer in this world because we see suffering around us. When I see my patients getting diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, my elderly patients getting diagnosed with dementia, when that first time I tell them that you have dementia, it's devastating. Because everyone knows, no matter what they show in the advertisements on television, dementia has no cure as of now. The family members bring the patient in concerned that sometimes they're confused, sometimes they forget their way when they're driving home. Doc, can you take a look? And I do my tests, I do my investigations, and I assess the patient, and my conclusion is you have dementia. And what a devastating diagnosis it is to tell the patient and the patient's loved ones. They're completely shattered when I tell them that. When I tell them that you have stage 4 cancer and there is no cure, we can control it with chemotherapy and maybe surgery and radiation therapy, immunotherapy, for some time, hormonal therapy. But eventually it's going to get worse and kill you. It's a catastrophic diagnosis. When a patient with trauma or accident, motor vehicle accident comes and there is irreparable damage to the spinal cord or to the brain, traumatic brain injury, and we give the prognosis that this patient is going to be a quadriplegic, is going to be paralyzed. It's such a devastating news. Fear of losing things. That's why we have automobile insurance, we have home insurance, we have health insurance, we have so many things. When we travel, we do travel insurance. Why? Because we are fearful that we will lose things that are valuable to us. My car may get stolen, a tornado may come and destroy my house. We are fearful of losing things that give us happiness, give us joy. And ultimately, we are afraid of death. That's why we do the screening colonoscopy. That's why we do mammograms. That's why we do pap smears. That's why we go for the annual physical. Why? Because we are afraid of cervical cancer, afraid of getting breast cancer, afraid of getting, we check PSA. We are afraid of getting prostate cancer. We get colonoscopy. We are afraid of getting colon cancer because we know it will kill us. So we are afraid of dying. We are afraid of losing things. And we are afraid of suffering in this world. What will happen to me? What will happen to me? A spouse thinks, oh, if my spouse dies, what will happen to me? If my parents die, who will take care of me? As children, we think. And as parents, we think, oh, if my children are not with me, who will take care of me in my old age? It's a serious problem. My patients who have strong families, even in their old age, when they have dementia, they have fracture, they have mobility problems, they still can go home because there are caregivers at home. There are loved ones, family members who will chip in and take care. But my patients who are alone, who don't have any family members or loved ones with them, it's very difficult for them. When they have memory problems, who is going to prepare their pill bottles, pill box, who is going to take care of them, who is going to help clean them up? So many times I see patients, heartbreaking. Other day I saw one lady in her late 70s. She had what is called as rhabdomyolysis, where your muscles just break down and they pose a risk to your kidneys. The reason was she lives alone. She fell and she just couldn't pull herself to the side table of her bedroom where her cell phone was. She couldn't drag herself to the door to open the door. She just couldn't call for help. For 2 days, she was lying on the floor in her poop and urine, starving. Elderly lady, she fell, broke her hip, and just couldn't get help, and she had no family with her. Finally, some friend had a lunch date with her and she didn't show up. So she called, she didn't answer. So this old friend, she was also elderly. She called the police to do a welfare check on her, gave the address. Fortunately, she knew the address of this woman. They went to the apartment, knocked on the door, and she yelled, "Help me." The police broke the door and found her on the floor. And because she was lying in that same position, because of pressure, her muscles were breaking down. She had rhabdomyolysis, kidney failure, dehydration. Very bad situation. Her skin was damaged because of being in a pool of stool and urine. These are real stories, and we are afraid of all these things that we will suffer in this world. But what a relief it is to know that based on the law of karma, we have to go through what we have to go through. But at the end of the day, Krishna loves us. We belong to Krishna. And because Krishna loves us and cares for us, he comes in this material world and speaks the Bhagavad Gita for our benefit and sends his pure devotees to help us, like Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters, the Guru Parampara. They come to help us because they care for us. And they care for us because Krishna cares for us. Vasudeva Jagat Guru. Krishna is the original Guru. So it's a relief to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. But for a person who is devoid of spiritual knowledge, they think everything is finished at death. This is my only opportunity to be happy. And therefore, they try their best to enjoy. Either they try to enjoy in the mode of goodness, where they are good, sober, moral, ethical citizens, and they go for vacations, they go for cruise, and uh, they try to enjoy in a civil way. They're in the mode of goodness. And then there is the people who have so much desire to enjoy excessively. They will take Viagra because now they are old and they cannot satisfy themselves, but the desire is still there. So they will take Viagra and Cialis to help them fulfill their desires. And they will, even at an age where they are not supposed to do certain things, they will do. They will drink alcohol, they will go to casinos, and age when you are supposed to think of God. Why do we become old? Krishna has designed it in a certain way. We become old, our teeth start cracking and developing cavities, and the enamel becomes thinned out, and we get gum disease. Yeah, when the teeth have served us for 50, 60 years, they are like an old car that has 200,000 miles on it. It's going to give trouble. So you have to go to the dentist more often and get treatment and get crowns and get implants and have some rotten teeth pulled out, problematic teeth pulled out. We need glasses. We need to take medicines for arthritis, knee shots to just keep us going and pain free. Why does the body do these things? Why do we get spots? People get new moles and spots, seborrheic keratosis, and all those things as they age. We call them maturity spots. When people get new moles and new spots, dark spots on their face and their body, we call them maturity spots. That's a euphemism. What it actually means is these are old age problem of the skin. Why do we get wrinkles on the skin? Think about it. Why did Krishna design it like that? Because Krishna wants us to get disgusted with this body as we age and understand that this body that we try to keep very attractive so we can attract others is actually just a bag of bile, mucus, stool, urine, and blood. Really, that's what it is. That's what we study in anatomy. It's cut open the body, and what is it? It's just muscles, bones, fat. We are supposed to realize this as we age. In young age, it's all very romantic and everything is you are so handsome and you are so beautiful and I want to enjoy with you and we will live happily ever after and I have never seen anybody like this. Oh, you take my breath away. What is this nonsense? A bag of stool, urine, blood is getting attracted to another bag of stool, urine, blood just because the bag is packaged in a certain way. Someone has male organs, someone has female organs, and we get attracted. As we mature, we are supposed to realize this, the foolishness of sexual attraction. And we are supposed to get disgusted with this sensual enjoyment and become more serious about spiritual path, more spiritual, more serious about God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. But instead, when we see retired people going on Harley Davidsons, I'm not judging, I'm talking about a principle. When someone is supposed to go to Vrindavan, when someone is supposed to live in a holy place, Prabhupada village or New Vrindavan, and do bhajan, people go across country on in their RV or on their Harley Davidson. I see so many patients. Sometimes I work in South Georgia. I used to work before in a place called Tifton, and it's right on I-75. And so many times I took care of patients there. Where are you from, sir? Oh, we are from Michigan, and we had driven down to Florida for a vacation in our RV. The patient is ended up in the hospital with a blood clot in the lungs because sitting and driving long hours, he developed a blood clot in the leg that went to the lungs. We call it pulmonary embolism. They are from Michigan. They are in their 70s, late 70s, and husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend at that age, they took a rented a RV and drove all the way to Florida, camped, enjoyed, were going back and suddenly developed shortness of breath. And the nearest hospital took the exit and ended up there. That is the age when we are supposed to stay in a holy place with holy people and cultivate Krishna consciousness in a very deep way with a sense of urgency. But at that age, if we are enjoying like this, trying to enjoy like this, it's in a mode of passion. If you see most of the sports cars and ultra luxury cars, they are driven by old people. try to try to take a note of that. They're driven by old people because young people cannot afford it. They don't have the money unless they are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They are born in a millionaire family. They cannot afford it. But these ultra luxury sports cars, and usually if you see them, they are driven by elderly people, people who are in their 60s. Maybe they are the CEO of some company, very big executives or retired people. It's unfortunate that at an age when you are supposed to take vanaprastha and become serious in spiritual life, to attain God in this lifetime, attain Krishna, we are running after sense gratification. So that type of sense gratification is in the mode of passion. And then sense gratification where we give trouble to others, sexual offenses, molestation, rape, um, or even smoking because we are causing so much pollution, doing drugs, gambling at the cost of family life, drinking alcohol at the cost of others. I recently saw um, one patient who was struck head on, and this lady is a mother of three and never drank alcohol, was a very clean school teacher, very nice school teacher, had three kids, was a single mom, trying to raise her kids nicely, and she was hit head on by a drunk driver. And it's very unfortunate, but she had very bad injuries. She lost vision in one eye, had multiple fractures. There was no one to take care of the kids. And it was a very, very unfortunate situation. So the person who is drinking alcohol may say, well, I'm drinking alcohol. What has it got to do with others? It's my money. I can do whatever. But then don't drive. Stay in your room. You're creating a hazard for others. DUI, driving under influence. So this type of enjoyment is in the mode of ignorance, eating meat, eating that steak that has come from the body of a cow who has a central nervous system just like you, who can perceive pain, who can perceive anxiety when they are being slaughtered in the slaughterhouse. Why do you want to give pain to an animal and eat the flesh when you can get first class nourishment by eating grains, millets, fruits, vegetables, milk and milk products from ahimsa cows? What is the problem? What is the difficulty? Why are we so foolish that we still want to eat meat when there are such better options? So this type of enjoyment, eating meat, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, is enjoyment in the mode of ignorance, where we give pain to others. We're just ignorant about their feelings. We don't care about their feelings. So when we want to enjoy in this world and we are afraid that the enjoyment will be taken away from us, we become fearful. Oh, I don't want to lose my enjoyment. It's this one life I have. It's my life. People sing. There's a pop song when I was a small kid, when I was growing up. Not a small kid, but when I was in school. I've heard it. Friends listening to this say, it's my life. Yeah, it's my life. It's this one life I've got. And I want to enjoy it. Pop culture, rock and roll. I want to enjoy. Just do what it takes. Be with friends who don't judge you and don't say anything. Don't judge me means just let me do what I want. We can do what we want, but then we will face the consequences of what we do. As it is said in the Holy Bible, as you sow, so shall you reap. And as Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us, Brahmanda Chakra Brahmata Swakarma bhi. We go around in this world according to our karma. So when people want to enjoy, thinking that this life is all I have, then they become greedy for enjoyment. They become desperate for enjoyment. And they start off enjoying in the mode of goodness. Then they are not satisfied. They go enjoying in the mode of passion. And that also doesn't fulfill them. And then they go on to enjoy in the mode of ignorance, where they give trouble to others to enjoy. This is the progression of a materialistic person. Enjoying in the mode of goodness, enjoying in the mode of passion, and then enjoying in the mode of ignorance. Therefore, Krishna tells us that we have to go beyond these three modes of material nature. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjun, become transcendental to these three modes. And how? By performing Krishna Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitayetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Then we will go be sagunan samatitayetan. We will go beyond the three modes of material nature. But what a relief it is to know that this life is not everything. This life is just one little dot on the line of infinity. But people who don't have spiritual knowledge, they think this life is all I have got. You don't behave according to how my expectation is. You don't meet my expectations. You don't satisfy me. I divorce you. I cannot get along with you. I break my friendship with you. I break my relationship with you because it's all about me. Hare Krishna. Sounds like a good philosophy, but it will keep us in this material world, my dear friends. It is not the solution. There is something beyond this philosophy. There is something higher than this. And the higher understanding is this life is not everything. Don't be desperate to enjoy in this world. Enjoyment is given by Krishna. And whatever Radha and Krishna give us to enjoy, we accept that. Lord Narasimhadev gave a whole kingdom to Prahlad Maharaj to enjoy. He didn't want it. He said, you take it. I want you to enjoy. Krishna gave Sudama and his wife a palace as opulent and as beautiful and as luxury filled as his own palace in Dwarka. Sudama never asked for it. He didn't ask for it. Krishna gave it. Krishna gave Dhruv Maharaj the whole earth planet to rule. He didn't want it. after having darshan of Krishna, Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam na yache. I don't want anything. I'm not asking you for any varadan. But Krishna says, I want you to enjoy for thousands of years. Enjoy this world. And then you will come back to me also and be with me in Vaikunta. Enjoyment is given by Krishna, and we accept that as Krishna's will. But we are not desperate for sense enjoyment. We should not be desperate for sense gratification. Whatever is given by Krishna, we respect it, we honor it, we are grateful for it, and we take care of it. Even our body. There is the Swarna Madhyam. Our Shastra says Swarna Madhyam. Swarna means gold, Madhyam means middle path. Radha Krishna both appeared on the Ashtami, Radha Ashtami and Krishna Janmashtami. There are 15 days in the lunar cycle, and Ashtami, the 8th day, comes right in the middle. And Krishna and Radharani are always, they appear on the Ashtami, 8th day, right in the middle of the lunar cycle. Why? To teach us that they like the Suvarna Madhyam, they like the middle path of balance. Yes, we should go to the gym. Yes, we should work out. Yes, we should go for the annual physical. Yes, we should take our vaccines as recommended and based on our research and according to our understanding what is required we should take. Not everything, but we should use our intelligence also. So yeah, we should take care of the body, take medicines when we have to, exercise regularly, eat healthy, because this body is a gift of Krishna. Why should we dishonor the body? Why should we neglect the body? Why should we misuse the body? Or why should we not take care of the gift that Krishna has given? If someone gives us a gift, we feel so happy and we respect the person by respecting that gift. Someone gave me a water bottle made of copper. It's said that it is supposed to be good for health. I still have it and I drink water from it every day because a devotee gifted it to me with love, affection. So we respect a person by respecting the gift that they have given us. Krishna has given us this body. So we should respect and honor the body by taking care of it, putting good fuel in the form of Krishna Prasad, keeping it in good shape by exercising it regularly. And at the same time, we should not become so attached that we start thinking that I am this body and my worth is this body. If people appreciate this body, they tell me, oh, I look good, I've got a glowing complexion, I have a good figure, then I feel happy because that's my worth. That's who I am. No, that is extreme. And to neglect the body thinking that, oh, anyway, I'm not this body, I'm the soul, completely neglecting the body and then getting back pain because the body is not fit and then we cannot sit for 2 hours and chant in one place. So that is other extreme. Either we neglect the body or we become too attached to the body. But Krishna is teaching us by appearing on Ashtami. Radharani is teaching us by appearing on Ashtami, the middle. They like the Suvarna Madhyam, the golden median, the golden middle path. In Bhagavad Gītā, Krishna says, Yukta ahar viharasya, Yukta cheshtasya karmasu, Yukta swapnavabodhasya, Yogo bhavati dukkhaha. If we want to be peaceful in this world, we want to be happy in this world, we want to get rid of our sorrow, dukkhaha, we want to cut our sorrow from our life, then we have to practice the golden median. Don't eat too much, don't eat too less. Just what the body needs. And that takes a lot of self-control. It's not easy. But self-control is part of being Krishna conscious. Yam Niyam is part of it. Rules, regulations, self-control is very much part of bhakti. Adanta gobhir vishatam tamishram. Prahlad Maharaj says, if we are adanta gobhir, if our senses are uncontrolled, where is the question of yoga? Where is the question of getting Krishna? Matirna Krishna, we cannot think of Krishna if our senses are uncontrolled. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, Jivha vegam udarupastha vegam etan vegan yo vishayeta dhira sarvamapi mam prithivim sashishat. Srila Rupa Goswami also says the same thing. We have to control. So we have to control the diet. We have to exercise. Srila Prabhupada went on japa walks where he chanted his extra rounds on the morning walk, and he spoke with disciples and well-wishers, guided them, gave nice instructions. But we should not chant our 16 rounds on japa walk. We should do our japa like Prabhupada taught us to do in the temple in the part of the morning program. 1.5 to 2 hours we sit down and chant. Ideally between 4:30 to 6:30, Srila Prabhupada gave us the morning program, and then 7 o'clock Prabhupada would go for a walk and come back by 8 o'clock and then give Bhagavatam class. That was Srila Prabhupada's routine. So we should exercise for 1 hour, for at least 45 minutes. We should eat healthy and be conscious, health conscious, and take care of this body, because we need this body for something very sacred. And what is that? To practice devotional service, to practice Krishna consciousness. We need a healthy body to chant, to speak, to dance, to go out on book distribution, to go to temple, to do deity worship, to do Krishna's work. We need to be fit and healthy. So we should watch our weight, we should watch our health. At the same time, we should not get completely fixated on that. In the Bhakti Vriksha also we sit and we start talking about the new health fads and the new health diets. That is extreme. No, when we come for Bhakti Vriksha meeting, we should talk about Krishna. We should talk about Krishna mainly. So therefore, in this world, if we know the spiritual knowledge that I am part of Krishna, Mama Amsha, Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta, Sanatana, eternally I am part of Krishna. I belong to Krishna. I am not born, I am not going to die. I was never born and I will never die. I am eternal and I have an eternal relationship with Krishna, a relationship of love. And the purpose of my life is to realize that relationship. And for that, I have to practice Bhagavad Gita. I have to practice the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. I have to follow the instructions of my spiritual master. Then life becomes very secure, peaceful, and happy. The insecurities that cause fear go away because we know the temporary nature of this world. Even if we eat the most organic and healthy food every day, even if we exercise, we are still going to die. Bhim also died. Arjun also died. Everyone has to die in this material world. The fittest person 100 years ago is now dead. The fittest person 200 years ago is dead. Like they say, even Chavana Rishi, who created Chavan Prash, died. He became old and died. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshano Darshanam. Bhagavad Gita teaches us everybody is going to get diseases, everybody is going to get old, and everybody is going to die. It's just the way this world is. It's just the way this world is. If you're in the ocean, you're going to get wet. If you're in the material world, you're going to suffer. Because this world is Dukkhalaya. It's a place of sorrow. Krishna consciousness means to understand our predicament in this world and to understand that, well, this world is bad news. This world is bad news, but the good news is we don't belong to this world and we don't have to be in this world. We belong somewhere else. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, na tad bhasyate suryo, na shashanko, na pavaka, yad gatva, na nivartante, tad dhama paramam mama. Krishna says, my abode is the supreme abode. It's the best destination. It's the 5-star destination. Everything in this world is negative stars. Even if it is 5-star, it is minus 5 stars in this material world because it's temporary. We have to pay for it and we will be kicked out when we can no longer pay. We go to Airbnb, we go to all those websites, we plan our vacation, we look for 5-star rating for the places to stay. But from today, look at it as minus 5 stars because it's temporary and we have to pay for it. Spiritual world is permanent and we don't have to pay anything. We'll never be kicked out because it's a place where we live on the basis of love. Prema Pumartoma. Love reigns supreme. Srila Sanatan Goswami explains in Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita how when Gopkumar reached Golok Vrindavan, how with so much love Krishna embraced him. Oh my dear Gopkumar, where were you? I was missing you so much. I was waiting for you. How much bhajan you did, how many difficulties you went through in your life for my sake. Now, everything is over. Now you're with me forever. So we have a happy ending and we have light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to go through this tunnel. And the light will come sooner than we expect. Really, sooner than we expect. It will come. Krishna will take us. But we have to keep moving. If we sit in the tunnel, we will never reach the light at the end of the tunnel. We have to reach the end of the tunnel. For some people, the tunnel is 10 years old. For some people, the tunnel is 40 years old. For long. For some people, the tunnel is 60 years long. For some people, the tunnel is 100 years long. We have to go through it in a Krishna conscious way. Then we will get Krishna. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanmana iti mam eti. So Arjuna, man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi. We will go to Krishna. If we become his devotees and we always think of Krishna, we chant Hare Krishna. Sadatam kirtayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhyaptanam yogakshemam mam. Krishna will be there for us. He will provide what we need. We should not do chinta. We should do chintan. We should not worry. We should just be Krishna conscious. So, for a devotee, it's a great source of security and peace of mind that we are eternal. We will never die. We were never created. We will never be created. And we are Aja. The third line, Krishna says, Aja. We are unborn. Aja, Nitya. We are eternal. Shashvat. We are permanent. All the words mean the same thing. I am Purana and we are the oldest. All these words mean the same thing. Krishna is emphasizing. You are beautiful. You are good looking. You are attractive. Like that. Krishna is using different adjectives. Emphasizing the same point. That we don't have to worry. We don't have to be afraid. Death will come for everyone. No one is exempt from death. A physician may tell the patient, you have a very poor prognosis. But everyone has a poor prognosis, materially speaking. We are all going to die. When Srila Prabhupada came to US, one person challenged Srila Prabhupada by saying, you claim to be coming from the civilization of Krishna, Krishna consciousness civilization. Then why in your India, the mortality rate is so high? You know, there are different types of mortality. There is perinatal mortality rate. There is maternal mortality rate. So there are different mortality rates. And it is a fact in the developing countries, one of the parameters that distinguishes a developed country from a developing or underdeveloped country is these, it's not just the GDP, but it's also the mortality rates. So why the mortality rate in India is high? This person challenged Srila Prabhupada. If you claim that your Vedic civilization is the best, then why in the country of the Vedas, the country of Krishna, India, the mortality rate is high, higher than we in US, where we don't even know Krishna? And Prabhupada simply said that the mortality rate is same everywhere. The mortality rate is same in India, same in Australia, same in the Middle East, same in Africa, Europe, the Americas. Everywhere the mortality rate is same. And it is 100%. Prabhupada said, it's 100%. Everybody dies in America, isn't it? Everybody dies in the UK. Everybody dies in Bhutan. Everybody dies in India. Everybody dies everywhere. Even Brahmaji is going to die. Hare Krishna. So we are all going to die. But if we live our life in a Krishna conscious way, it is Krishna's promise that we will be with Krishna in our Sat Chidananda Swarup, in our eternal, fully blissful and fully cognizant spiritual bodies. We will be with Krishna in the spiritual world where it is Anandam Buddhivardhanam. Every step the bliss keeps increasing. So we should feel very happy after reading Bhagavad Gita because it tells us the truth, it gives us the best news and fills us with permanent hope. Whereas material life is fickle, it is unstable, unpredictable, filled with stress, anxiety, and depression. And spiritual life is filled with permanent hope, joy, and happiness, bliss, security, guarantee. So this is the difference between material world and spiritual world. The same as the difference between the material body and the spiritual body as described in this verse number 20. So with this, I will stop and we'll start from verse number 21 whenever we meet next. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. So Anuradha Leela Mataji, over to you, and Ina, over to both of you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
Okay. So you have time to answer a few questions, right?
Yeah, maybe 9:30 I have to leave home. I have to take my Thili for a class, but I have 5-10 minutes.
Okay, sure. There is Anitha Rami Mataji wants to.
Hare Krishna, Anidha Ramya Mataji. Please go.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hundred rounds, Prabhuji and Mataji. Prabhuji, my very first of all, very beautiful class, Prabhuji, as always. When you are saying that Gopakumar, when he goes to Golok and Krishna is waiting to embrace him, so it was really heart touching. And so I just imagined how would it be. So in your every classes, I think you just make us to remember that we have to go to Golok and we have to retrieve our original position. So thank you always for reminding us that. Prabhuji, my question is, as this class was like about the death of us. So I just want to know, like in Bhagavatam also, it is said that Sri Krishna has left his material body and it has been cremated by Arjuna, and the heart of the Lord is in Jagannath Puri. How far it is true, Prabhu? I just want to know.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So actually Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't mention this, but Mahabharata mentions that Krishna left behind a material body which was cremated by Arjun when he went to find Krishna in Dwarka at Prabhasa Kshetra. He did that. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in commentary to that, has clearly mentioned that this whole Maushala Leela, it was enacted by Krishna to teach the world a lesson that even the greatest civilization will be destroyed if there is Vaishnava Aparadha. Because Narad Muni, Durvasa Muni were insulted by Samb, another Yadu prince, the young youth of Dwarka. They made fun of the sadhus. So Krishna enacted that pastime to teach us the danger of Vaishnava Aparadha. That number one. Krishna left behind a material body because there were many people who believed that Krishna had a material body. They believed that Krishna was an ordinary man, just a little bit more powerful than average. So to convince them, ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamyam. As we approach Krishna, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. If we want to see Krishna as our lover, then Krishna will accept us as a lover. If we want to see Krishna as a child, baby Gopal, then Krishna will put us in Vatsalya Radhi. Putana came wanting to feed her milk to Krishna. Krishna Dhatri Gatin. He gave her the Dhatri Gati, made her a mother in the spiritual world. So Krishna will reciprocate with us the way we approach Krishna. So these people did not have faith that Krishna is God. They thought Krishna's body is material. That body that drank up all the poison on Putana's breast was material, they thought. That body that lifted up Govardhan at the age of 7 for 7 days and 7 nights on the left pinky finger, they thought was a material body. That body with one kick broke the whole Shaktasur cart, they thought was a material body. That body that ripped open the body of Aghasur, they thought was a material body. That body that took so many arrows from Bhishma Dev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, yet nothing happened. They thought that body was material. That body that showed the Virat Roop to Arjun, 11th chapter, they thought that is material body. But anyway, to convince these foolish people that yes, you are right, I have a material body. Krishna manifested a material body and left it behind to fool these fools. Krishna says, among the cheaters, I am the greatest cheat. If we want to cheat Krishna, then Krishna will also cheat us. So Krishna left behind a material body, yes. It was just an illusory body. Krishna left it behind. But Srimad Bhagavatam says, Krishna swadham upadate. Krishna went in his self-same body to his swadham, to his own abode. So like that. Is that okay, Anitha, Ravina Mataji? What was the second part of your question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes. Second part, very much thank you for that, the previous reply. And the second part of my question was about the heart which is left by Krishna, is at Jagannath Puri and
yes.
changed every 12 years.
Yeah. So actually, it is mentioned by Srila Sanatana Goswami in Shri Krishna Leela Stava, that book that Shri Gopi Prandhan Prabhu translated. It's the book by Srila Sanatana Goswami. So Srila Sanatana Goswami writes in Shri Krishna Leela Stava book that heart of Jagannath is actually a Shaligram Shila.
Oh my God.
Radha Raman is Shaligram, and so is Jagannath. Jagannath is actually Shaligram. Srila Sanatana Goswami writes, and that pran of Jagannath, when they do Nava Kalevaram every 12 to 18 years, because Jagannath is Daru Brahma, he's made up of wood. He's supreme personality of Godhead, but he's made up of wood. And during Snan Yatra, they bathe him, and wood undergoes certain vikar, certain changes in the material world. So you cannot have that same deity forever. So every few years, there is Nava Kalevaram, where Jagannath gets a new body. So the old body of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sudarshanju are given Samadhi, and brand new bodies are created. And then the pran is placed into Jagannath, and that pran is actually a Shaligram Shila.
Okay, thank you so much. And the reference which you gave was?
Shri Krishna Leela Stava.
Krishna Leela.
I will share, if you want, I have to go now, but I will share that verse. You have the book? Gopi Prandhan Prabhu?
No.
So it comes with Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Brihad Bhagavatamrit is also Srila Sanatana Goswami. The other book he wrote was Shri Krishna Leela Stava, or Krishna Leela Stava. It's by BBT. It's a must-have. Okay. It has got very beautiful verses by Srila Sanatana Goswami. So Srila Sanatana Goswami, you should get that book, Krishna Leela Stava. Srila Sanatana Goswami writes that the heart of, in the belly or in the heart of Jagannath is a Shaligram Shila. So that Shaligram Shila is placed into the new body. And the reason Jagannath manifests that Navakalevaram is because the devotees love Jagannath so much that they consider Jagannath as their own family member in Jagannath Puri. And just to invoke that feeling that Jagannath is a person, just like our family members die, Jagannath also dies. And then he comes again. He's given a body, and Jagannath comes again, like that. So just like in Vrindavan, the devotees of Vrindavan, Brajvasis, never consider Krishna to be God. Correct? Krishna, they consider, oh, he's my son, oh, he is my friend, like that. So with Jagannath also, he's not God, he's our Jagannath, he's our family member. And he also dies. Like that, to consider Jagannath not just as God, but as a person, to have that more intimacy with Jagannath. Oh, he needs to be fed. If he's God, what does he need? Food. Why does he need Odana Shashti? Why does he need warm blankets? If he's God, he's a source of sun, he's a source of moon, he's a source of ice, he's a source of everything. So like that. But Jagannath is he's a person like us, and we love him like that. So Jagannath has that Leela tradition that he will do Nava Kalevaram. So many purposes. One is that he's Daru Brahma, he's made of wood, so he has to do that. But Krishna can fulfill many purposes through one Leela. So is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu, very much. Thank you so much. I had this question for a long, long time. So today it got solved. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very grateful to you. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we'll take last question, Ashtasaki Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, my question is, so we hear that from Bhagavad Gita, like lot of allegorical meanings are being pulled, and so many verses of Bhagavad Gita are misinterpreted by other authors. So, are there any specific verses which have been like misinterpreted, and can you please share some of those, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam. This spiritual knowledge is obtained in the parampara. And there are 4 bona fide Vaishnava paramparas, and there are many renditions of and commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. In fact, all the acharyas have commented. Shripad Ramanujacharya commented on Bhagavad Gita, Shripad Madhvacharya commented on Bhagavad Gita, and our Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan has commented, and Srila Prabhupada has written his commentary also as an acharya. So these are all commentaries that we go by, they are bona fide. And Bhagavad Gita, many verses are misinterpreted, specifically the verses that deal directly with bhakti, they are misinterpreted because that's a direct attack on the Mayavadis. So where Krishna says, Man mana bhavamad bhakto, a very famous, I don't want to take names out of respect, but one very famous translator and commentator of Sri Bhagavad Gita has written that Man mana bhavamad bhakto, which is the most essential verse of Bhagavad Gita, because it is repeated twice by Krishna, this instruction, where he directly says that think of me and become my devotee. So here the commentator has said, actually it doesn't mean think of Krishna. It means, we have to be thinking of the supreme Brahman, the power that is within everyone, including Krishna. Like that, they twist and they distort the real meaning to support their own philosophy. So in this way, I may not know all the misinterpretations because fortunately I never studied them. When I was 18 years old, I was given Bhagavad Gita as it is, and that was the first and only edition of Bhagavad Gita that I have ever read. But from Srila Prabhupada I have heard, and from our other acharyas also I have heard that many misinterpretations are there. And the proof of that is so many people read Bhagavad Gita, but how many of them get it? That life is the meaning of life is to become a pure devotee of Krishna. Hardly anybody gets it by reading Bhagavad Gita. So many Gitas are there, editions are there. But if we are in the parampara and we are taught Bhagavad Gita by our Gurudev, then we will understand the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So like that. I don't know all the misinterpreted verses because I never studied them.
I was curious to know, Prabhu. Somebody had asked me, so that I thought I'll check.
Man mana bhavamad bhakto is a very commonly misinterpreted verse that I have heard.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I will quickly go through the chat box because I see there are 5 messages there. So, Narottam Nitai Prabhu has written Krishna Leela Stava. Yes, Prabhuji. That is the book by Srila Sanatan Goswami. And it was translated by Gopi Prandhan Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple. And then last question is, why were Srila Prabhupada's books changed? So Prabhuji, this is a very, very extensive topic. And personally, my personal opinion is that I have both the sets of book. I have Srila Prabhupada's original Bhagavatam also, that Srila Prabhupada personally published. And I also have the one that is produced by BBT now, the 2nd edition, where they say that many of the pronunciations of Srila Prabhupada they were not able to understand at that time, but now that they are more familiar with Prabhupada's accent, they are more loyal to the original dictations of Srila Prabhupada. And then they have made, the English editors have made some linguistic adjustments, they say, without changing the meaning. So personally, I have both. And I have read both the versions. I have read original Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, original Prabhupada's Bhagavatam, and I have read the 2nd edition also of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. where there are those changes. And as far as I am concerned, as far as I have read and I remember, I don't see any drastic change in the meaning, in the interpretation. And if anybody has a problem that the Srila Prabhupada's editors have changed the meaning, then I challenge you, show it to me. Show it to me. Because I have both. As far as I have read, I have not seen any drastic changes where the reader will misunderstand. But if someone has a problem, then I'm challenging, show it to me. What is the difference? What has been changed and how the meaning can be misinterpreted? And I'm happy to take it. Okay. So let's read Srila Prabhupada's books, whether it is the original or the second edition, doesn't matter. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Thank you very much. And Anuradha Leela Mataji and Ina, any final words? Hare Krishna.
Just want to thank you as always for giving us so much knowledge and giving us your precious time and answering everybody's question. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Ina, you're happy?
Yes, I know, Prabhu, you need to go, but I'm very inspired by your classes, and I'm very happy to see your dedication and strength to continue with us and giving these classes. And I'm so happy to see so many of your followers now, knowing that you have such a wisdom and such knowledge. It really encourages me to start reading books too, like to go to origin. Thank you very much.
You are all my Prabhus, my masters, who are somehow keeping me engaged. So I'm very grateful to all of you for keeping me engaged. Thank you.